All right. Hello, you guys. Welcome back. We are now in 2024. We made it.
Made it.
Made it. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, super excited. Very first episode of 2024. And as you know, I'm your girl, Yeji Day, and I'm here with the lovely cast of Naija Knows. Go ahead and say what's up, lady.
Hey, Felicia here. Hey, and you got Nika. I am here as well. So happy we made it to 2024, y'all.
Yep.
So happy.
Blessing.
Yes. Praise God. We did it.
Okay.
We did it. Woo. We did
It was
it.
not fast. It was fast, but it was some up and downs for sure.
Yeah.
What about y'all?
Yeah, definitely some up and downs, but I actually made a video. I did not post it, but I'll be in here talking to myself a lot, y'all, just so y'all know. I asked God for clarity this year, right? Clean whatever needs to be clean, take the blinders off my eyes, whatever needs to be done. I thought it was going to be a nice little tidy up, just straighten this out on the shelf, just, put this back over here. Listen, it's been a full deep clean, sweep house. Oh, you thought that was that? Yeah, it's not that.
Jesus.
Take this off your eyes so you can see. And now since I see, I can't unsee it. And although it has not felt good, like at all, I'm happy that everything has happened how it has happened when it's supposed to happen, because now I see and I know how I need to move, going forward. So 23 was a year for me. I'll just put it in. But it was a good one.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. It's been a very interesting ride. My daughter graduated high school. She's in college. Yay. Yeah, new career. Like Nick has said, it's definitely been a cleaning year. Eye-opening, rose-colored glasses off, like them mugs in the trash, like they ain't never coming back.
Right.
But it's definitely been a rough year, but a good year, and I'm just glad to be here to see another one. I think you and I were talking the other day, and it's like, when it looks like we're in a position where it's just rough and it's hard, and I go volunteer on Sundays, and you see the amount of people who are doing worse than you. I can come home, turn on my air, turn on the heat. I have a car to get in, I have a roof over my head. I have food. That I may not be where I want to be, but I'm definitely blessed. So definitely glad to see 2024 and more blessings to come.
Yes. That's so good to hear. Yes.
Yeah.
It is. A little rougher, tougher. Has some deaths in the family. You learn a lot when people die. And it just makes you just appreciate life a lot more. And I've been going through my healing journey process and just growing and going to therapy, which is key in our community. And being half Caribbean, half African, like that's taboo. And they're like, we're not crazy, we're not crazy. I'm like, nobody say you was crazy. Nigerians like, are you mad? You're like, no, I understand that as much as y'all cared for us and you raised us, did the best that you can, there's certain things that just weren't healthy coping mechanisms. And I'm learning to unlearn them, and people are adjusting accordingly because I have set boundaries. So 2023 was definitely a year of learning for me. And me and my husband got together and we sat down and wrote our goals for 2024 so that we can keep each other accountable and we just know where we're going. So I'm super excited to get back in and share some great news throughout the year with you lovely ladies. But
I love to hear just going from generational trauma and love our elders, but to grow from all that. I love when I hear other Black people, Black women, like, we can't continue to do what they did. We got to make a change. I love to hear
break them generational curses. But speaking of that, it seems like the dating scene is cursed, because that is the topic today. What is a great idea for a first date to take a woman? And are we asking too much of these fellas too early? State your case, or vice versa. So let's get it popping.
Ooh. Felicia, you want to go first? I got a lot to say.
I know.
Give it a damn mic.
Hold on.
Let me get a little closer. I just from hearing everything out in the media, these women are for me, I think are doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking something of a person you don't know this individual. So why are you expecting, like, there has to be some sort of like middle ground, and the women today, they're just doing too much, for my opinion. I'm actually not on the dating scene. I am in a relationship, but from what I've heard from friends, it's rough out there. You know, the men too, they don't make them like they used to. Apparently they built different. They on, and it's sad because we're in our 40s, and these men are in their 40s, mid 40s. Like, what is going on upstairs? The light is on, but nobody has been home in decades.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nika, yeah. Oh yeah.
Gosh, where's the straw she's going to
And as
rub
I
You need to get a
start my
sip. You
sermon
need a
today,
sip.
I want to tell you the dating scene is trash.
on, Pastor.
It's garbage. Yeah. Okay. Ain't nothing out here but
You tell
damaged
them.
people,
Take your time.
trauma, men from
Yes, Pastor.
issues, daddy issues,
Yes, Lord. Praise of God.
anything's wrong. I'm lost. I'm confused.
Preach.
I'm scared.
Take it home, Lord. Take it home.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, ooh.
I told you I got a lot to say. So are women asking for too much? That was the original question. There was
Yes.
a list going around of all the places you can't go on a first date. Now, these are coming from younger women, so obviously their thinking is going to be different. I think it's a bit much. Cheesecake Factory was like the buzz one going around.
Yeah.
I happen to like
Mhm.
Cheesecake Factory. They have a
Okay.
really good vanilla bean cheesecake that I really like. Now, is it a
I
place I
love
go all the
cheesecake.
time? Or just be like, oh yeah, let's go to Cheesecake? No, but am I going to be mad if that's the place that you chose? No, I'm
No.
not. I'm more of a person like the time and the energy, the connection is more important than where we are. We don't even have to go out to eat. I mean, we do have to eat. I take that back. We do
Yes.
have to eat, but we don't have to be in a restaurant. Like, I like to sit by the water. I like to
Mhm.
go to the beach. I like
Right.
to, let's rent a little boat and go kayaking. That's the type of stuff I like. So to me, it does seem a bit much. And then being that I am the mother of two sons, if my son, who's 21, comes to me and says, yeah, I want to take this girl out, but she's saying I got to spend $400 on her first date, I'd be telling him, nah, no, why would you spend $400 on somebody you don't even know?
No.
Right.
Why would you even be doing that? I would encourage him maybe to come up with something creative, but to have a minimal amount just to take her out,
No.
no,
Right.
no. I wouldn't even recommend that for my child. So for
Mhm.
me, us, essentially going to be the same thing. Now, I expect you to put in some effort.
Right.
Don't take me to McDonald's because I don't eat McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? But put in some effort in the planning. That's what I look at.
Especially if you've already told them, I like these types of things.
Right. Right. Like there was a instance where I was going, and this what made it, I won't say bad, but made it different for me. This person was not black. They were a non-black person. But one thing I did like was that they planned everything. They literally asked me, what do you like? And they took the time to learn what type of food I like, what type of environment I like. And each of the
Mhm.
dates we went on was everything I like. And I had a great time. It didn't work out for other reasons, because of me essentially, but um he took the time to plan, and that's what I liked. And they weren't super fancy places, but I love sushi. He took me to a little
Mhm.
nice hole in the wall sushi spot. The sushi was amazing. So stuff like that is what I look for. It doesn't have to be a specific place or a specific dollar amount you got to look for or spend. But the issue I'm having is we not even making it to the first date. Okay. Okay. So we not even getting to the point where I can even tell you what I like because
Right.
he's having trouble even scheduling the first date. And like Felicia said, these men are like 40 plus. And it's alarming to me that you can be this age and still sort of, it seems like you're flailing around when it comes to dating. And I think a lot of them are just doing it out of boredom. They're not really actually looking for anything genuine, solid and lasting, doing it out of boredom to make sure they get
Rocks off.
um, and just to make sure they have somebody to call every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? That it seems like it's no real true intention in the dating. And then like a couple of them, they're, busy, which I get. You got to work. I'm not paying your bills. So yes, go do what you do.
Please.
If you don't have the time, don't ask me. If I say, I know you're busy, you tell me the time and date and I will make myself available. You tell me a time and date and now I don't hear from you anymore. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. You set it up. I did it. So I assume that's when you are available. Like, it's just,
That's true.
It's frustrating. It just seems like I'm going in circles and it's just making me want to go back in my corner.
Yeah, I heard it's rough in the streets. But look, this is a new year, new leaf.
Yes.
You have gave your praise to God. He
Yes.
that. He has heard you. But like I have quite a few friends, like even my sibling, she's been telling me about like the dating scene, and she's 4 years older than me. And like again, you're looking at like the age gap, and sometimes you think logically like with age, wisdom should come and people should act accordingly. But we just know that common sense is not common for everybody. And as women, we just need to protect ourselves and just state what we want. I found out when I was dating, especially when I was younger, I was afraid to say certain things, like talk about religion, because I was a religious person. And I was like, well, I don't know if I talk about this too soon, it might scare this person away. The older I got, I was like, look here, I am a Christian. I am seeking for someone that goes to church, that we can have conversations about religion. Even if you may say that you may believe in something else, I'm still going to challenge to learn more about that. But me, I believe in being equally yoked. And a lot of people don't understand. I don't think equally yoked only stands for religion. I feel that comes from how your family is raised, how you want to raise your children, what type of characteristics a person have. Do you guys line up on those things? Because you can have somebody that claim they are Christian, but Satan can go to church too. So I, that's what people are like. Meet the nice guy in church. And I'm like, those be the main devils up in that church.
Yes.
On the praise team and everything, and be the main ones.
They are the worst.
The collection plate is not all they collecting. Okay, so you have to really just be smart in this world. But I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about women stating what a man need to do for them, this, that, and the other. Like for me, I think it's ridiculous. You don't know this man, but you expect him to pay your rent. Ma'am, I'm sorry. You have a job. It's your responsibility to take care of you. And the old saying that I've always been told, you're not married until you have a ring.
Yes.
So my granddad used to always tell me that. He said, you're single. I'm like, Granddad, I have a boyfriend.
No.
Ain't got no ring yet. I was like, well, damn. I thought I was making progress. My granddad was like, no, you're not married. So you not doing nothing yet. So you sitting here running around being faithful to somebody that's not even made that commitment to you. Yes. And I think, wow, that's crazy. But the older I got, I'm like, it makes sense. It's like I think things have to be on levels. You have to graduate to certain things. But I feel that from what I'm hearing, the dating scene is now, is that men have gotten, for people come for me, some men have gotten extremely comfortable in doing the bare minimum because a lot of women are more aggressive nowadays. And I've never been an aggressive person when it comes to dating. So for me, I'm not that woman that would ever just go up to do and be like, I want you, whatever. Even if I feel like somebody's vibing with me, I'm like, no, you won't say it first. Cause I was just like, I'm the one that turn people down. I don't get let me keep my slate clean. But if you really think about it, like men do not have to do the work. So they're, hey girl, hey, all that stuff. And the young ones are like, what? I'm like, why are you responding to that?
Exactly.
He said, hey girl, he didn't even say, hey miss, can I have a moment with you?
No respect.
Can I get your name? It's just like the standards have been lowered so low that when they do meet a quality woman that says, you know what, you're going to have to work a bit. It's like, I don't want to because I got somebody that's going to go ahead and
Mhm.
top me up whenever, and I don't have to
I don't
be
have to do all that.
do anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I agree. That's definitely a lot of it is on women because we've made it so easy, you know. It's like, you ever fed birds bread?
hmm
Like my grandma
hmm
used to take us out to the river over in Brevard County and get the stale bread. It's breadcrumbing, that's why they call it that, right? You leave a trail. So as long as
Right.
you pecking and eating up, they never have to give you the whole loaf
Nope.
as long as you eating the breadcrumbs. You know what I'm saying? And we keep accepting it. Well, and me included, accepting these little tired behind excuses or just, well, it's okay. I can call him first. And it's nothing wrong with doing that. Pursue, whatever you want to pursue. I'm always going to put in effort as well because I don't think it should be one-sided where the man is
Right.
doing everything and I'm just sitting back, hoping he'll call me. I'll make the effort. It has to be reciprocated.
But that reciprocity has to look similar though. It
Yes,
can't
yes, it
just
has to be the same.
yeah.
It can't be just one-sided either way. Like a man likes to know that you want him too. They like to know you're interested, just like you want you to know that he's interested. But because we so busy picking up crumbs, we're not getting the whole loaf. And the man, why would he give you the whole loaf if you accept him the crumb? Nah, he gonna keep it to himself. There's no reason to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Why would, like they say, why buy the what is it? Why buy the cow? We
The
get it for
cow.
free. The
hmm
older I
Yeah.
get, the more true I see that to be. Because
Right.
why? What's the point? Why I'm going to put in all this effort if I can just, send you a couple text messages and you over here like that?
And you know what's
What's the
sad? It
point?
almost hearing all this, it almost seems like people wouldn't want to be in relationships. It would deter people from wanting to be in a relationship. It Granted, to be in a relationship takes work and it takes constantly relearning your partner because as humans we do change, right? But this here is just it's too much. It's no nobody. It's just,
Well, the stories I hear when I tell you, I be listening to my friends and I just give my husband the bombastic side eye. I'm like, look, if you mess this up, what we got going right here, I can't go back to the streets.
no,
Okay.
no,
We
no.
locked in, bro. We are
Till
locked
death
in.
do us
Tighten up.
part.
Yeah.
Tighten up, bro. Because we a long
Yeah.
haul. But yeah, I totally think that personally for me, first dates should literally be like an intro first date,
Yes.
literally like a meet and greet. Let's get to know each other,
Coffee,
see if we're clicking. Yeah,
yeah.
go to Starbucks, go to someone that's not too crazy, but still, like you said, has some thought put into it and really ask the pleasantries and the questions that you feel, is this going to make me want to see this person more depending on how they answer these questions? And then you can progress going forward. But for me, I never let people pick me up. I never let people, because I'm just hyperly like super
You don't want
aware of my
people knowing where
surroundings.
you live.
I
Yeah.
don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm always going to drive my car. And
hmm
I don't know if it's just my generation, because I do feel that the younger generation is different. When I was dating, it was never expectancy for this guy is going to be a gentleman and pay for my drink. I always walk with my wallet.
Yes.
In case you get somebody that's stupid, you're not going to embarrass me, and I'm not washing dishes for nobody. So I'm
Vex
my
money.
half, and you figure it out if that's what you want to do. But I always had that mindset of like, let me figure out what do I really want to get out of this date. I was never one of those chicks that was like, I'm a date because I want a free meal because I can pay for it myself. I'm not gonna let nobody bother my head for no damn free meal.
Mm-mm.
Right. The chicken ain't that good.
But the way these young girls set up, they different now.
Just saying. They not
They're
frying the chicken
different.
that good.
People are asking for like I've heard things on TikToks like, oh, you really like me, cash at me. And then based on what you send me, is I'll let you know whether or not.
What?
And I'm like, this is exploitation to the fullest. Like,
Right?
what are we?
Where
What are, ma'am,
Earth
what are
is
you doing?
ghetto. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah,
And then you
I
want to get mad.
Right. Right. And at the same time, it's like it does make me think, okay, well, if I am accepting Cheesecake Factory, then he's gonna think that's the standard, going forward. So I can somewhat understand why you'd be like, no, you gotta, step your game up. But again, when it's a first date type of situation, like y'all, and I posted
Like
on my matter of fact on my Facebook in my 31 versus 41 thing, that was one of the posts. If I'm realizing if I was a man, I wouldn't take y'all out either because y'all tripping. Like for real. I wouldn't be worried about y'all. Because
The whole point, why are people so worried
much.
about the meal and where we're going? Aren't you in this dating intentionally because you want to get to know the person? Who gives a crap about where we're going? I'm
No,
going because I want to get to know this individual.
people want the video light. They want to post and
That's
take pictures of their
it's a
food and take pictures of where
facade.
I've been.
That is
But
not real.
my motto is don't ask nobody to do something for you that you're not willing to do for yourself.
Yes, or that you can't do for yourself.
Go to a prime steak house and bust down a steak by myself, and I would do that. So if I ask a man to do that for me, I'm willing to do that.
Yeah.
So, but if you're not willing to spend your own ducats on certain things, don't expect men that don't know you, don't even know if you're worthy of those things. Because let's be honest, a lot of women be asking men for a lot of things, and they don't bring
Anything to the
the
table.
equal amount of thing or even more to the table. I'm like, I've asked my friend, oh, he gotta give me a 4 carat ring. This is this, that, the other. And I'm like, well, okay, so what you coming with? And she looked mad at me because I said that. And I'm just like, what you mean? Me. I'm like,
Well, what
hey,
about you?
he had plenty of you.
Right.
What makes you so special?
JJ is everywhere. So what makes you special is what's attached to that, the character. Those are the things that men are going to fall in love with. I'm like, you have to bring more to the table because if it's that, and we are of the flesh, and some people are not, what's the word, trained, or they don't know how to control themselves. That's not going to keep them. You have to bring more than that. And I'm like, you have to show people that you're willing to take care of yourself as well. Because if you're not, then why are you expecting that person to do that for you, man? I'm confused.
Yeah, I think we live, social media, I think is like a interesting, weirdly strange place, right? It's very entertaining. You can be educated and learn a lot of things that you may have not known before. But then because of these podcast mics and, our camera phones, now you're hearing what people actually think and they line of thinking, and it's got everybody confused. And I hate to like use city girl era or whatever, but I feel like music and entertainment, a lot of things we look at that because that's what the ladies are rapping about. Oh, you better the Birkin bag, all this stuff, not realizing that she's making her own money by rapping about that. So even if she says that that's what she can still buy her own, you know what I'm saying? So like you kind of missing a part of it, but it's like so much chaos, and even us ladies that are in our 40s that in my opinion should know better when it comes to we doing the same thing. We acting just like that. It's like we trying to relive our 20s or something like that. I don't know, but it's just a lot of like mess and confusion. And the more I try to actually date, the less I want to. Even with a conversation I had with someone, and he didn't realize what he was saying, but it was like he let me know that we're in competition with each other. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that he even looked at me like that, but it was a comment he made. And I was just like, and of course my smart ass, I responded and then it's like, oh, well, and I was just like, huh, like he really thinks we're in competition with each other. I didn't realize that. But
That's
now I
so
know.
weird.
It's very weird because you're a man. You can't compare to me and I can't compare to you. What you bring as a man is not the same thing I bring as a woman. So I don't understand why
we just
we
come
are
together and win together. Why do you even feel like you need to one up me, sir?
right.
Yes.
Right. And when I saw that, it was just like, I mean,
It's
I
a
knew it
turn
wasn't going to
off.
be a relationship anyway, but it's just like, ugh,
Yeah.
you're 45. Gross.
Good day, sir.
That's gross. We're in competition. I thought we was vibing. Like, I didn't realize that you even looked at me like that. I mean, I know I'm all that, but I didn't realize that you saw me as your competition. Like, that's weird. Very, very weird. So it's just a lot of things going on, and I just
if I have to ever go back out there, I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing it. Okay, I will be single until the good Lord calls me home. I'm not doing it unless He brings somebody to my doorstep and says, this one is for you and all will be well. I'm not doing it. I'm done. Finished. I don't want to play.
So I got a question. Do you think we as women are actually putting forth the effort as well to make these relationships work?
No.
And I think especially when you're our age, because we've gone through so much and we've dealt with so much, you get to a point where we tired And it's no, I don't want to. So I think you do get to a point in your relationship. It's like, okay, I have to, or I should be doing these things because I do love and care about this person. You kind of have to come to that realization within yourself and do that work. But initially, no, we're
Yeah.
not. Because I'm looking at you sideways. Always. Side eye. Because I don't trust you.
Side
I don't
eye.
trust you.
Okay. But like, I don't know, like I know when I was going out to the clubs and I feel like it's just this type of courtship or whatever you want to call it. Men used to buy drinks, right? And they found that as a opener for a conversation, like, hey, you're at the bar with, hey, what are you drinking? You mind if I buy you a drink? Then they ask your name, blah, 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 and keep your eye on your drinks. They can be nice and
Yes,
quick,
please.
but make sure they ain't sprinkling no
Nope.
special dust in your stuff. You got to be careful. Never walk away and let people you don't know bring you drinks. But like, I was talking to my sister-in-law and I was like, yeah, it's like, guys used to buy drinks. And she's like, they don't even do that. They don't even do that anymore. It's just kind of like they want the women to come to them. And when we've been out to events, I would just look at dudes just stare you down. And it's just like, okay, why are you not walking over
So
and
they
saying,
want to
hey,
be the princesses.
they want you to approach them because they don't want to do the work. But let's be honest, you got to give a guy some credit. Like some women are really harsh with they turn downs too. So it's like you can turn somebody down politely and not embarrass them. A lot of women are like, get your ugly hand out of here. I'm like, wow, why you have to
You
call
had to do that man like that.
You just could have said, sir, no, I don't want to drink. Or,
I'm
the
good.
most common lie is, oh, I'm sorry, I already have a boyfriend. You see what?
Yes.
But you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I already have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I used to use that one a lot when I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings because then when people respect relationships, but I got a lot of niggas be like, well, where he live? If he live in this state,
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
can't have no friend.
Right?
and I was like, okay, if I was dating you, sir, would you want me to have a friend that's like you? And he's like, you right, you right. Like, get out my face.
Okay. Yeah.
I think too that because dating apps we're so used to just swipe, swipe, swipe that the art of
Yes.
conversation is being lost.
It's
And then
Mhm.
also because women how we react sometimes, and you got to be so careful what you say to somebody so you're not accused of something. You know what I'm saying? So I can see as a man sometimes it might be like, I'm just gonna stand here and stare at her and hope she gets the vibe and comes over here because I'm not
Right,
sure what to say. And if I don't like talking to strangers, that has to be a little bit nerve-wracking to have to figure out a good line to go up to a
of
good look and
course.
hope to get her attention. So I can
right.
understand, some of the hesitation, but like once we've actually talked, you know what I'm saying? We've exchanged numbers or we're texting and you're still like I
That's why when you said the art of
struggling with
conversation
the
is being
conversation.
lost, no, baby, it's lost. People do not know how to talk or
I've
converse
had some
at
great
all.
conversations now. I can say that. I've had some great conversations. But when it comes to the actual dating part, it's like confusion as like, so do you want to date or you just want to talk on the phone or text all
Oh
day?
my God.
You know what I'm saying? Because like we gonna hang
Well,
out or nah. That's where I am at this point. Like, when am I gonna see you? Is it gonna happen?
right.
Yes or no? Because there's no
Well,
point in us wasting each other. I don't like my time being wasted. That's one of my pet peeves. Do not waste my time. I'm not going to
right.
waste yours. I'm going to make sure I don't waste yours. I'm going to check in with you to make sure I'm not wasting yours. And please do not waste mine because that will send me from 0 to 100 very fast if I found out you wasted my time. I do
100%.
not like that. You can tell by the fact that I'm pinching my fingers together so
There's
tightly right
no
now.
space in between.
Do not waste my time. I
Hey, it's
don't
nothing
like
wrong
that.
with that. And I think you're at the age where you can have those mature conversations and say, this is where I'm at in my life. And if you're not, I totally respect it, but please move along because we already see there's no sense of being like, let's go out for drinks. We're not on the same page. So next, but I think a lot of people are also afraid to say that. And then people are stuck in this, I want to go viral. So that's why they're posting these dates and trying to embarrass these men on these social platforms. Again, I'm like, women, you have to be smart. Again, you don't know this man. You don't know how he was raised. You don't know how he handles embarrassment or shame. And as soon as you over there recording, your phone could be upside down because he's DDTing your behind because you done made him look like a fool on the internet.
So,
Mhm.
So
wasn't there a story? I think you told me about it, Nick, a girl who ended up being murdered because she turned a guy down.
Yeah,
In
I mean,
Orlando,
there are
that
several
happened.
stories like that.
That
Yeah.
happened in Orlando. A girl got shot because she wouldn't give a guy his number. This was
That's
years ago.
insane.
That's why I
Yeah.
started giving out my number, regardless if what I'm going to block you anyway. But I
Right.
never told men like a fake number because I remember they had that little thing that you can give people a fake number and then they
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
dial it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Yeah.
even play around with that because I've had
Yeah.
people hold my hand like literally like this while I'm giving them my
Are
number.
you
And I'm like,
serious?
you're already aggressive. I'm like, I'm not going to lie to this dude. He held my arm like this, like I was some kid, and he dialed my number when I gave it to him to make sure my phone rang. And I was like, he's like, oh, okay. And then he let me go. He's like, I'll call you later on tonight. And then as soon as he walked off, I put hell no on my phone. So when you call, I know not to pick up.
See, that would have sent me into rage and I would have started swinging because who are you putting your hands on?
No, girl, no,
Yeah.
that's not
I
that. That was
mean,
a fight that I was
that's
no. He was swole, big swole, and at that time, they
And
can't know
that's why
how
you stay
skinny
strapped.
I was so tiny. I was like, no, this is just to be smart. Let me just give him the number. He sees that it's real, and after that, he left me alone. And he did blow up my phone like a stalker for a month, but I was determined not to change that number, so I just wrote it out.
See, and this is why I stay strapped. And this is why I stay strapped, locked and loaded at all times. Because people are psycho.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
it's
definitely
true. You don't know
been,
who people are.
yeah. Yeah, I've
Oh,
definitely been
that's
in that,
scary.
I used to, give out or I have a boyfriend, but I give him the number I know good and well, I'm gonna block him. I do that too. I know I'm gonna block you. That's my phone. Yeah, go
I
ahead
don't
and
give
text me.
nobody my number
Hey,
because this is my
hey.
number. Why I got to give you my no? I said no. I'm not giving you my damn number. I said no. No means no. Then we learned that in kindergarten. I'm not giving you anything. Come find me if you want to. I mean, when you feel come.
No, shoot. I was like, I be over here like survival. I'm like, how many out of this? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've given the number, but
No.
I am very big on not letting people know where I live. Like I've dated someone
Yes.
for a whole year and he never knew where I lived, never been to my house, nothing. Cause I had, at least I had a little stalker issue. It took me a
Mm.
year and a half after the breakup to get rid of that guy. And after that, well, even before that, but after that, I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I will
Mm-mm. That's
not.
stressful.
It's very
She was
stressful.
stressed.
Very stressed.
Oh my God.
Letters in the
No.
mail, sent me a knife in the mail, use this to protect yourself. Yes, girl. Yes. It was very stressful. I had to call the police. Like, what do I need to do? They do nothing unless they've made an actual threat or they have actually physically harmed you. All they will do is just make a report, but they will do nothing. You have to
Yep.
actually be hurt in order for them to do anything.
Our system sucks.
So it
It
took a while, a year and a half, but it finally, stopped. But actually, he was the reason I did go get a concealed license because I was like, well, after the knife and the, 3-page letter, 4-page letter, whatever, it's like, you know
Hey,
what?
Aaliyah.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm here, just me and my children, like just in
Uh-huh.
case, it's definitely not going to be me. That's for sure.
That's
He gonna be
crazy.
missing his kneecaps.
Yep, and 2 front teeth.
What's up with y'all hitting these knees? What's up with y'all hitting these knees? You already know, yeah, you up that age of knees ain't prime.
They ain't made like they used to be,
Right, because yeah, exactly. We
They
know this
wore
time.
down.
Yeah, if they break, they stay broke. That's why we go for the
Yeah.
kneecaps.
So how about we give some of these male viewers, if they're out there, or
Mhm.
women that are out there that are looking to date, some things and some places you could take someone to give them some ideas in case they, you
Mini
know,
golf.
that's a good idea.
Yes, I did that, and it was very fun. I enjoyed it. Mini
Top
golf
golf
is
is nice too. You may not know
Yes.
what you're doing, but it's a nice little setup. The lights are out there.
Mhm.
You can be, yeah, I think the way you can really connect with someone if you're not afraid to look foolish in front
Mhm.
of them and be your natural self. And
Yes.
when you're doing something that you're both not comfortable with, you really don't, you kind of like, we both ain't good. So
Mhm.
right.
let's just have fun. Let's laugh at each other. I think
Mhm.
bowling's another
I
good one.
was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, just don't
and
take me somewhere we can't talk. Like, don't
Yeah.
take me to a movie because I'm gonna be like,
yeah, no.
when the movie over, then you're like, okay, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And you're
After
not
we done
coming
sat in there
home.
for 3 hours.
And there won't be
Yeah,
another date.
yeah, exactly. And like I said, for me, anything by the water, because I feel like and maybe it's just me, something about the water is very soothing
Calming.
and peaceful and calming. And I feel like it just allows you to sort of relax and just have a natural conversation, and see if there is a connection or not. So even
Mhm.
just like one day I went on, we went and got food and we went to this park and, just kind of walked around the park, sat by the water and talked, even tried to like skip rocks in there. Wasn't successful at that, but it was fun. I had a good time and we were able to just, talk and chit chat and stuff like that. So even those type of things, I think you have to really think outside the box.
Mhm.
Don't go for just the super traditional out to dinner stuff all the time. Obviously, you have to talk to the person to know what they like because they might not like sitting by the water. They might not like being outside, but, come up with something different, a cooking class, a sushi making class,
Oh,
something
Paint it
different.
with a
maybe the
twist.
sip and paints, the
Yeah.
yeah, those classes.
Yeah, because there's all kinds of things that, may not think of, especially again, social media. There's a few accounts that I follow that post different things, date night ideas all the
Candle
time.
making. That's another one.
Oh, that
You can
is a
make
good
candles. You can
one.
make scents. See
Yeah.
Yeah,
what they like. I love candles. So
me
Yes.
too.
I would love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would think that was really thoughtful. Like, oh, wow, you really thought about something that I
Yeah.
actually like. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it is the thought that counts a lot of times. You don't necessarily have to spend a whole bunch of money to make a connection with somebody or to
Mhm.
make a lasting impression on someone.
Yeah. And it's
Um,
important that people, it's different when you feel heard. People
mm,
want to be heard, felt, and understood. So, I
Mhm.
mean, and if you can do that with within that small amount of time and make an impact, why not?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And ladies too, I feel like, once you're in the relationship or, you've gone out on a few dates, it's nothing wrong with you, planning the date and paying
Mm-hmm.
for it as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that is also that's something that I like to do if I'm with someone we've been, going out for a while, like, oh yeah, let's go do such and such. Oh, I saw this, so you might like this. Let's go do that. That's something I like to do things for people, that I care about, that I like
Mm-hmm.
or love.
Well, my husband thought I was a unicorn girl because I was like, I remember like I'm looking at it all the times you come and you fly down to see me, you spend money, blah blah blah, and we're at dinner. I was like, wait for the bill and everything. He got it. I slid that bill out of his hand. I was like, no, I got this. I'm treating you. He was like, I was like, hey, this ain't nothing. But I think it's a way of showing appreciation for all that
Yes.
he does. And
Yes.
that, hey, I see you. I know that you spend all this money and this, that, and the other. What's my 2 or 3 times sprinkled in there? It ain't nothing. Me, Valentine's Day, I always do something. I've always done something for anyone that I've dated because I don't want to be so focused on it's called the day of love, right? Um,
Mm.
so why is it so hyperly focused on like, oh, the woman? Like I asked my friend, I'm like, oh, so what did you get your guy? This I'm like, I gave him nothing. And I'm like, what? And then
Why?
she's like, oh, well, and then ain't even get new lingerie. I'm like, you ain't even go get no new stuff. You just like, hey, me again,
She said me again.
and, and you expecting him to come with chocolates, roses. You want him to put the candles around the bed, the tub, and all this other stuff. And it's like, I've done that for my guy. I'm
Mhm.
like, I want them to feel just as desired and wanted too. I'm like, hey, I see you. Here's your little gift. And then, well, I ain't never had that
Yeah.
happen before. I'm like, this is what real love look like, nigga.
Yeah. Yes.
And she
I'm
got a
at
Yes.
ring to
Yes.
prove it. Okay.
Ninja. I'm at Ninja. Beep, beep. But it's true. Like when you and figuring out what people love language is, I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. Like when you really learn somebody, he's an acts of service person. So I know at the end of the day, me just saying, oh, hey, I love you. This, that, like sometimes it's like, oh, hey, I made this for you. Or hey, I ran you back because I saw that, you went and played ball. Go on, take a little Epsom soak or whatever. Because man, I'm not
Mhm.
going to think about those things, like especially when it comes to self-care. Like that's one thing I've been trying to get him to do is like when you do those things, then that person loves you more because they feel seen, like you said, seen and heard is
Mhm.
very important. And I think that we're skipping that because we just want to get to the court me, and treat me like you're already in love with me, and we don't know each other yet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, part of that too is the verbal affirmation. Most men that I've met when we've talked about love language, one of their love language is words of affirmation because men are
Mhm.
highly driven by ego. You know what I'm saying? So hearing that from you, also the gestures, but also hearing that sometimes is a good thing. Like you can tell him how much you appreciate him and love him, and that man, his chest puff out, and next thing you know, he's doing all types of stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs that, verbal affirmation as well. And I think that sometimes we forget about that. We're just
Yes.
worried about the gifts, the gifts, the gifts, but also just let a
Let
random
a
day,
man
you
be
know
a
what? I
man.
love you and I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do for me
Let
Yeah.
a man
or
be a
do for our
man.
house.
That's why I say it's very important to let a man be a man. And I think sometimes because women are so independent, we get so used to like being comfortable and being by ourselves that when we have somebody come in, it's kind of hard to kind of shift that thought right away. But for me, like he'll be out there. I remember I was something with my car, and he was like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna take it to the car wash. And then he was outside washing the car. And at first I was gonna be like, no, 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 you ain't gotta do it. But I was like, oh, shut up, girl. Let him
Uh-huh.
be a man because this is his way of saying, like, I heard you say you wanted to get your car clean. I'm gonna
Yes.
do it for you. And then just say, this is how you think. No, oh, babe, it's so hot outside. You want something to drink? Let me bring you some. Let me bring you some water. You're like, oh shoot, she feeding me. And, oh, okay. I felt seen. Give you some cool points. I think it's all about, again, love language,
Yes.
learning
And
each
it's a
other,
give and take.
and not just taking. And I think that's what we're seeing on social media. The women are just like, what you gonna do for me?
Yes.
What you gonna do for me? And you don't want to put out. I'm not saying that you have to because somebody takes you on a nice date, but it's like you also are not willing to give anything. You don't even you giving old boy the side hug, and he don't spend $1,000 on the first date because that's what you demanded, and you can't even give him a real hug.
Yeah.
He ain't my type, girl.
Yeah.
Some women, some people, sometimes you just need to shake their behind real quick. Like,
Good shake.
stop entertaining men you're not interested in too. I think that's not fair. Like you honestly know they're not your type. You're not physically attracted to them. You know you're never going to get to a space to be intimate with this person. And I think that's why a lot of men get scarred is because
Yes.
they're dealing with women that are like, you a plaything. I'm just coming to call you because I want food. I want a nice gift, and I know you're gonna give it to me. Stop playing with these man's emotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the younger generation. They're just out here to play. Like I said, there's nothing real or genuine that they're really looking for. It's this whole social media facade that they're after.
And I think the
And
ones that are genuine, they're not on social media. So the
no.
only thing, is always the loud ones that we see. The quiet ones, they not out, they doing it how they need to do it or
Mm-hmm.
supposed to do it. But it's
Mm-hmm.
the ones that always talking. That's what we see. So we tend to think that that's how everybody is, which is definitely not the case. But it's definitely a different generation. These men that are 40 plus, I don't know about some of
Y'all get it
y'all.
together.
I,
No.
I don't understand, and trying to understand makes my brain hurt. So,
Yes.
I just take it day by
New
day.
Year. New Year, we're gonna hear some praise reports. And
Yes.
Yes, yes. Listen, we went to a vision board party and we put all our goals and everything on there. And that was one of my visions was me and my boo on vacation on a nice island somewhere. So it's gonna happen. I know it
it
Yes.
will.
will. I
It's just
believe
not
it.
gonna happen with these current, it's gonna be
No.
somebody else.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to get you a foreign team. Like I said, like I
Yeah.
knew I knew it wasn't in no Brevard County. I knew it wasn't in no Orange County or Seminole County. None of them counties that was local in my area. And again, our story is just definitely different. We actually met in Trinidad at Carnival, doing what I enjoy doing. So just focus on doing the things you enjoy doing and trust that like my person is going to pop up when you least expect it.
And
'Cause
that's what I was thinking too. These like being on these apps, it's nice. It's because that's how I met my person.
Mhm,
But it seems like meeting someone organically is probably the way to go.
mhm.
Yeah, taking it back
Nika.
to old school. Nick, you just called my name. Well, I guess in order to do that, I have to actually leave the house, so that I got to work on that
Yes,
part.
yes.
So let me work on getting out of the house, opening the door first, stepping out,
Mhm,
and then going from there. But I definitely agree, foreign, might it seems like that's probably going to be the way to go or may end up happening that
different
way. I'm
state.
definitely traveling more and, seeing more of the world and stuff like that. So And I say that even not about romance, but even friendships. I don't mind doing things by myself because when I go, I always meet other people that are also there by themselves and doing the
Right.
same thing that I like. So yeah, definitely putting yourself in those, spaces. It can happen at some point.
Yes.
Positive thinking, positive affirmations.
Yes, you gotta keep it positive for 2024.
Yes.
Yes, nothing but good
Good
things.
vibes only.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. And listen, when it happened, okay? We having a big announcement live podcast.
Hey,
Okay?
I will be getting on a plane. I will be
Yeah.
flying down to you, my friend.
Okay. Y'all will see fireworks in the sky, the smokes in the y'all.
Get talking
Morse
drum.
code,
Right?
the drum.
It'd be like a coming to America.
Yes, you'll see a whole processional
celebration.
line because y'all miracles happen every day. Okay.
They do. They do.
Yes.
Oh,
But another great conversation. I'm liking the
yes.
flow, the vibe. We just waiting for Tori to come back. She will be back soon. I'm so excited
Very
about that as
excited.
well. So any last words, last comments, ladies?
Look, y'all
Women do better, men do better. Everybody do better.
stay safe in them streets because the streets is talking. And everybody's getting snitched on out. Might be the next. Everybody's coming out the cracks, but no, really for the new year, envision it, believe it, and work towards it.
Yes. Yes. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know your opinion, whether you agree or don't
Good,
agree.
bad,
We're open
indifferent.
to all of that. All of our links will be in the description box, in the bio on our Instagram. Everything will be linked. So when you see the post, just make sure you go ahead and click it and interact with us because we want to know what y'all think. You know, we talk a lot of stuff. We want to know what y'all think too. Okay.
Yeah. Get in the comments. Put your first
please.
suggestions down there. Someone might need your help.
Right.
Ayúdame.
Yes. So let's help each other out. We can all win together. Right?
Yes.
All right, y'all.
All right.
So that is all. Peace out.
All right.
Happy
Bye,
New Year.
y'all.